Okay, so you want to write your first nonfiction book. I'm assuming at this point you at least have an idea down. You're like, man, this would be cool. I want to get this out. I want to get this in the hands of other people. How do I go about doing this? I'm going to give you my experience with doing this along with 3 steps so that your nonfiction publishing goes as smooth as possible. Step 1 is to pick a topic that you know intensely. Pick a topic that you can talk about for hours on end. So imagine that if you are on stage and you've got an audience of 100 people, what one topic can you get up there and just talk about for hours? The reason this is important is because writing a book is going to require you to not just know the topic inside and out, but to know a variety of perspectives around it, especially if it's a nonfiction book. You have to do your research here. You have to pull in your own life experience and your own lessons and your own stories, but also research and ideas from other people that back that up. And so it's going to require you to really study this topic in depth. So find a topic, find an idea that you really love, that you're wildly passionate about, and then start putting in as much information as you can on that topic into your brain. Now do it in balance, because the thing that your readers really want to know when they read your book is, why should I read this one compared to all the others? Which brings us to step 2. Step 2, when you're writing a book, is to know how to position your book. Meaning, how is your book different than the other thousands of books just like it on the market? So if you're writing a book, let's say on self-growth, great, there's tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of books out there on self-growth. How is yours unique? How does yours stand out? So when you're doing your research, when you're reading all these other books, be looking at adding ideas that are great that you can also add to your book, of course, through your own words. You're not directly plagiarizing them, but also be thinking about, how can I put my unique spin on this? Like, how can I disagree with what they're saying too? And that way I can have my own unique perspective. So that way my book is different. It's not the same as some other book out there. This is really important because it'll help market your book. It'll help you put the whole thing together when you're actually putting it into production. Step 3 then is to start writing the outline for your book. And that's where you're going to do the bulk of the work. I remember when I wrote my book a few years ago, what really saved me was having an outline that I updated along with actually typing up the book. So I think I used OpenOffice and Mac. This was a long time ago. I said a few years ago. This was like 2012. Yeah, 2011, 2012. So it's even farther back. But as I'm working in OpenOffice, I also have an outline that I'm constantly updating as well. And so if I make a change in one, I make a change in the other. And this allowed me to stay organized. You actually write the book first in your outline. So to do that, here's a process that I recommend. This really, again, helped me. Take all of your ideas and just dump them out all in front of you. If you want to use sticky notes or index cards, or even doing it on your computer, do that. Just get all of the ideas out there that you've cultivated so far, all the stuff you want to have in your book, and then go through and start organizing them into piles that go together. And so at the end of this, you might have, let's say, 12 piles of stuff. Well, each of those piles now becomes a chapter in your book. And each of the ideas in the piles now becomes like the different segments of each chapter. So you can go ahead now and you have a working skeleton for your outline. And now from here, you just add to that outline as you go, and you can be reading it and look for points that you need to emphasize, things that maybe you don't have enough information on. You need to go research some more or go cultivate more life experience to get. And now you've got a pretty good outline. Step 4 is then, of course, to write the book. And again, as you write that book, do it while updating your outline simultaneously. I recommend having the outline and your actual program that you're typing the book on open on the same screen on your computer. This again lets everything flow out of you, allows you to easily stay up to date, and it makes it less daunting. Like when I showed up to write the book, having already completed about 70% of my outline, it made the whole thing less intimidating and scary, because it was just about kind of copying the outline over to the book as I'm writing it, just making it nice, making it flow more, and all that good stuff. Step 5, once you're done with that, now you need to proofread and edit the book. And this requires you to read your book with several different lenses. Before you even hand it to an editor, if you want to go that route, you need to make sure that the book is in the best possible shape that it can be in. So I recommend actually printing it off, taking a marker, and then reading your book and use a few different colors based on the lens that you're reading the book through. Here's what I mean by that. So the first pass, you're just looking for easy grammatical errors, right? Spelling mistakes, things that just leap off the page that you need to correct. Maybe use red, mark those up when you read the book. And then read it through again and use a different color pen just for how well your book flows. Do the ideas make sense? Are you jumping all over the place? Or are you organized in your presentation, right? How is a book flowing for the reader? And then final pen, look at how interesting is the book, or how am I captivating the audience's perspective and attention? Am I saying something new and refreshing and different and unique? Or am I saying a lot of the same stuff? Am I boring myself when I read the book? Look at it from an emotional perspective. This will give you a wonderful opportunity to then write the second edit of the book, which is then the next step in this process. Step 6, write your second draft of the book and use those notes that you just took and all those different color pens to then do that. And then I would repeat the process for a third draft, and you're looking to get it to a point where you feel confident with the state of the book. And then if you want to, you can hand it off to an editor, or at the very least someone to kind of check your grammar and your sentence syntax to make sure everything is proper. Get all that done. Once your book is in good enough shape, the final step here is you have a choice if you want to go with self-publishing or publishing. I don't know much about the publishing world. I went the self-publishing route. This means that you publish the book yourself. I used Ingram Spark to print and publish my book. I think the whole fee was like $50 to get all that done. And then I think it was less than $10 a copy of the book if I wanted to ship some just to me. And then they put it in barnesandnoble.com and amazon.com for me for free. And I don't have to pay anything when someone orders a book. They get a cut though, but I get the profit. And then with Amazon, you have the KDP program to do self-publishing with them. You can go that route. I don't think that was available back in 2012 when I wrote this book, but now you have the ability to get the book into the hands of other people. And that's it. I know there's some more nuance to it from there, but hopefully that gives you a game plan. Now you have a route that you can follow to get your book into your audience's hands. I wish you the best of luck with your book. If you like this video, please give it a like, stick around for more videos. I will see you in the next one. Take care.